Hi everyone, Friday here. Welcome to another episode of my New Game Plus Harder Mode series. And today we are continuing in Tamir. To be more precise, I'm going to work on opening the Quarry. To do that, we have to complete the Looking Beyond the Horizon contract. In the previous episode, I have completed the geological exploration. I have backtracked the Taiga King back to the garage and outfitted it with a small blue crane and a low saddle. While we are working on and completing the Looking Beyond the Horizon contract, as soon as I can get it upright, I will take this fuel trailer to where it needs to go, because it's kind of sort of along the way. So going back to the whole theory, the less driving around empty, the better. So that's what we're going to do. Once again, if you are just now joining us here on this playthrough, I am not draining mission trailers. Because in this particular scenario, in this setup, the fuel trailers, when you purchase them or add-ons, they are full upon purchase. So there's no need to drain anything and run around and do any of that. So yeah, we're just gonna grab this trailer and deliver it to the fuel station, because that's where it needs to go. And nearby is a warehouse, I guess, loading facility of some sort. And there is a semi sideboard trailer there that we're going to need. And that's what we're going to work on right now. Well, I am. Me and the Taiga, so we. Alright, let's speed things along here a little bit. And the goal here is to open all 4 maps, hit all the watchtowers, grab all the upgrades, recover any vehicles that might be useful. So yeah, here we go. Just taking a little break from Michigan. The GMC MH9500 truck got to be a little too much for my patience, so I just decided to do a little bit of change in scenery. Once I am able to do all of those things that I just mentioned, obviously I'm going to go back and finish Michigan, but the trucks that I find here will have a lot easier time dealing with that terrain and completing all those tasks and missions. I'm not sure if I grabbed this task already or not, but let me go ahead and do that now in case I didn't. So if I don't know if I mentioned it at the top of the episode or not, but this is Drowned Lands, the first map. And yeah, we're gonna need a metal beam, 2 service spare parts, and 1 cargo container. Right now this is a pretty much stock Taiga. All I have done is purchased a better set of tires for it. I intend to grab most of the, well, all of the upgrades for this truck before moving on. But again, I haven't looked at Map Runner, and I am not sure. But if I remember correctly, on Drownlands, there's maybe just one upgrade for this truck, and the rest are scattered throughout Quarry and Zimnogorsk. And well, the race suspension is definitely not on this map, and the top engine is also not on this map. So yeah, we'll just play along and... oh, wrong one. Alright, we're just going to top it off and drop it off. And there we go. Now let's see. Yeah, that warehouse is right there. That's where we need to pick up the metal beams, and the trailer is right there. So, not too terribly far. Let me just put down a couple markers. Yeah, again, as I mentioned previously in the previous episode, it's been a while since I've played these maps, so I don't have them memorized. I don't know, so I'm gonna be putting down markers for a while. Right, let's go get us a trailer. We'll go this way. The other vehicle in this region, although it is a little limited in what it can do, that I would really like to get is the Dan. If I remember correctly, it's on the Quarry map, I think. And I believe there's no need to fix it. You just need to fuel it, give it fuel. But I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But I think that's what it was. You just gotta refuel it and it's yours. Excellent logging vehicle. Even without that brand new shiny active suspension, or yeah, active I think it is, it still does very well. They've only just recently added that suspension, I believe, so even without it, it should manage just fine. Very capable vehicle. And as Ben Griffin from A Tribe Called Cars mentioned in one of his review videos on the Dan, it definitely has a face only a mother can love. Boy, there's that one ugly ass truck. I mean, that thing is just straight out fugly. But it does the job, so I am certain that it will do a hell of a lot better than the GMC. Boy, I'm still fuming about that GMC. Well, as we were Atlee and I, we were discussing this whole vehicle situation, and yeah, at the end of the day, the GMC is a highway truck. That's how it's rated. That's what it is. I've seen one in real life in Pratt, Kansas, along US 54. There's one sitting front center, looking pretty. I believe it just serves as a ornament for the workshop that's there. I mean, it's not rusted or anything. It's pretty decked out, but I don't think it does anything. It just sits there. Anyway, at the end of the day, it is a highway truck, and its suspension is stiff, because that's what it's designed to do. Roll along Interstate 80 with 45,000 pounds in the back, and it has to be stiff to handle such weight. And because of that, there's really not a whole lot of play in that suspension when traversing any kind of uneven off-roady terrain, because it was never meant for that. Tega, on the other hand, is the opposite. It's got a very soft suspension. I mean, you guys all know this, but where are we going here? Okay, let's work our way back to the warehouse here and grab some metal beams, and then we gotta go, yeah, in those woods up there. I'll figure out which way we're gonna go once I get there. I think this way is probably better. Anyway, so yeah, it's a lot more softer, the suspension, and which makes this truck a lot less tippy, because the suspension actually absorbs all of the uneven terrain features. So I'm not really mad at the GMC. It's not its fault. It's still a badass truck, and I really love it. I'm glad I got the all-wheel drive for it, and yes, I am taking it all the way. It will be useful for sure. It's just that oh, come on, what is this? Yeah, it's that tree again. I mean, ever since Season 8 came out, or Phase 8, or whatever you want to call it, these trees that are just on the ground have become... they don't fall through the ground as easily as they used to. I mean, is it just me, or has anyone else experienced that? I mean, before you would just approach it and it would kind of disappear into the ground. Now you smash into it, it doesn't move, and right. Let's go ahead and carry on here. I mean, if only this Tega could take the Holy Trinity, the crane, the bed, and the trailer, that would just be the only truck you need. I believe the Tega B, the other Tony the Tega, as Mr. Lone Wolf calls him, can actually do that. Is it better than this Tega? I don't know. I actually don't really think so, because it's got a longer wheelbase, so it presents its own... I mean, I guess just comparing apples to apples, they're almost identical in performance wise. It's just that Tony the Tega is a little longer. Alright, let's grab some metal beams here. I did equip the blue crane on the Tega, even though I could have equipped the yellow crane. There are actually two mods that I have enabled, as I mentioned. The swapping crane mod, and then there's also the stronger crane mod. All it really does is that this makes this blue crane not as flimsy. It can actually pick stuff up. Is it ridiculously strong? No. Just a little, it does a little better, but that's about it. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I'm not going across that bridge. I remember that's just a trap. On my original playthrough, the P12 was laying on its side right there. The Dairy Longhorn was laying on its side right there. And the A&K was laying on its side right there. I remember this specific incident because I had 3 trucks just all over the place and cargo containers and whatever else all over the place. Oh, it was a nightmare. So I have to be extra careful in this particular playthrough because, as you all know, the recovery option is completely shut off. So even if I had the money and was willing to spend the money, I simply just can't do it. Come on, Tega. What are you stuck on here? Yeah, we definitely need a better engine. It's kind of starved for power. Maybe a better gearbox will help. Maybe I'll put the off-road gearbox in this truck. Maybe that'll help a little bit. To get the rest of the cargo for this particular contract, I do need to go back by the garage anyway, because you can get all those parts, all that cargo right by the garage, so we're going to be driving by there anyway. And we're just going to slowly creep our way up there. Come on. As I mentioned before also, and as you can see right now, the Tega does not require moral support beacons on its roof. So I did not equip them, because Tega is king. Alright, let's turn this puppy around. And the other advantage of using this truck versus anything else that I have in my fleet currently is probably the most fuel efficient truck. So a lot less messing about with refueling and fuel rescues and all those things. Alright, here we go. And another reason why I opted for the blue crane versus the yellow one is that the yellow one, the 3.8 LC, whatever it's called, it weighs a lot more and it reduces the power to weight a little bit. I don't think once I have the top engine for this truck, I don't think it'll matter. All right, where are we here? Okay. I'm pretty sure there's an upgrade in that shaded area, that little lake. But we'll worry about that later. Nope, I ain't falling for it. Not going on that bridge. The main road is just up ahead. And on to the garage we go. Alright, let's drop the trailer here. Let's see. And go put that off-road gearbox in here. Again, maybe that'll help. Now, I said I wasn't going to do that, but I'm going to. I'm going to sell it. I didn't take the crane off of it because I would have to deploy it to do so, and that would cost money, and I don't have money. But for now, I was thinking about it, and yeah, I don't really need that truck. I have plenty of other choices onto which I can put that logging crane on. Or I can do a special expedition to go get the Aramatsu. Alright, let's fix him up here. Oh wait, it's fixed. Okay. Well, that didn't happen before. I have that off. That it doesn't auto repair or refuel when you get in the garage. I don't know. Maybe if you just equip that. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Yeah, you can even put the KRS bended crane on here. But we'll stick with the original. Just a little better version of it. Alright, let's go get loaded. And well, it's doing a little better. It doesn't stop. I mean, I pumped the clutch and everything, but excuse me. Yeah, I need a better engine, and that'll help with the whole stopping. Even if I hit L1 to manually force it into the next gear, yeah, it doesn't do it. There's too much resistance. Let's top it off. And service spare parts and cargo container coming up. There's one. I prefer to put the container in the back, so that way I can actually see the truck and not just the container. I mean, when it's on a sideboard bed that's on the frame is another story. But But if you can just see the container and the trailer and no truck in front of it, it's kind of hard to maneuver. Alright, that should pack. Not pretty, but it should pack. Alright. Let's back up here for a minute. Top off one more time before we move out. And we're off. Yeah, the off-road gearbox, it does help a little bit, but again, it's kind of starved for power at the moment. So I'll have to wait till I can get that better engine in here. But let's just focus on one thing at a time. Today is going to be a little shorter episode. I'm just going to finish this contract, and that was my main focus of this episode, is to open the Quarry map, and I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's see if it'll stay in high. Alright, this little bit here is gonna... let's put it in low, because there are roots coming out of the ground and you can get snagged, and those roots don't go away. They're just there permanently. They're concrete roots. Yep. Concrete roots. I mean, it's not so much that it's starving for power, because it is A-. It's just the ground resistance. The high suspension would help here. It wouldn't be dragging its belly on the ground as much. hung up a little bit here. Come on. What is that, a rock underneath? This way. Nope. Well, it worked before. I'm still not going on that bridge. Too many bad memories. There we go. I don't know, just got bottomed out there for a sec. Alright, well, it's going. We got the low high gear now, so we can creep up there a little faster. Okay, almost there. Hey, what do you know? I did an entire episode and I didn't flip anything. Yay! Here we go. And we got promoted. Look at that. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It is a little shorter one, but thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.